All right, we are good to go. So good afternoon, and thank you for coming. What the plan for today is to just do a quick, very, very basic and sort of entry-level tutorial of this One Church software platform. So the things I'm planning to cover, and some of you have already figured these things out on your own, but we're recording it, so folks that haven't yet figured that out can hopefully follow this video later on. But I'm going to cover signing up for the site, getting your account registered first, then updating your profile, so being able to put in a profile picture and update your contact information, etc. Then we're going to talk about signing up for groups, because that's one of the great advantages of this software platform is we can have groups for all of our different ministries and teams and other things. So how to sign up for groups and then how you can communicate within groups. Then I'm going to talk about signing up for particular events, and then just do a really quick look at where to find the phone app and some of the features that are on the phone app. And then at the end of that, happy to take some questions. I freely admit I don't know all the answers about this yet. I'm still learning this software too, probably just a little farther ahead than a lot of us. But the other thing that's worth saying about this platform, the team that they have running this, it's a relatively new organization, but they're very good about customer service. They're very proactive. They call me at least once a month to say, how are things going? Do you have any questions? Anything we can help you with? And we as the deacon board also have access, if needed, to periodic training from them. So if there are questions that or concerns you all have, please communicate those, and we will try to get those answered. All right, so account registration. My plan is I've got a PowerPoint up here, and then once I get through the steps for that topic, I'm going to pull the PowerPoint down and actually just do a live walkthrough of that with the browser. So first step is visiting this website on your computer. You could do it on your phone as well, but all of the images you're going to see are taken from a web browser on a computer. This website is obviously included in our weekly bulletin, so you can find it there. And the first thing you're going to see is this account login screen. So to create a new account, you're going to click the button Register, which will then take you to this page. And this is where you have a chance to enter your email address, whatever email address you want to use to register your account, and then click the button labeled Check. So one question that has come up a couple of times is, are spouses able to share the same account using the same email address? If you want to have different groups that you're accessing, so like Mike being part of the deacon board has access to the deacon group, Sue does not have access to the deacon group, they need to have separate email addresses. You can't have one email address that shares multiple accounts on this platform. So put in the email address you want to use, click Check, and then at this page, you are putting in the rest of the requested information. So name, email, phone, and it asks for gender. I don't know why it asks for that off the bat here, but just so we know who it is when you create your profile. I have redacted, just for the purpose of this demonstration, the phone here. But put in this information and click Submit. And this will pop up this message saying an email was sent to the address you registered. And then this is what that email is going to look like, at least if you get Gmail. So this is a screenshot of what it looked like for me on Gmail. You've been granted access to the church portal for Preston City Bible Church. It tells you what the username is that you signed up with, and it'll tell you to click the following button to complete setting up your account. So click Finish Setup. And then you just have to put in your password that you want to use twice and click Login. And that's all it takes to sign up for an account. So like I said, I'm going to pull this down now, and we're going to give it a shot. So account login, I'm going to do Register. I will try. That better? Okay. All right, so only 2 choices. Correct, Mike. Thanks for clarifying. So it says email was sent to my Gmail, and lo and behold, right away, I'm over on Gmail now. Can you see that? I got this complete account setup, Preston City Bible Church email, and all I have to do now is click Finish Setup. And just like that, I am in. I have an account. I have access now to, you can see on the side toolbar here, and we're going to talk through a lot of these, but you can now have access to contacts. That's our people directory. Access to groups. If you click on events, that's going to bring up the calendar where you can sign up for particular events or just see what's on the horizon. We're not using these other options very much at the moment. We host our sermons elsewhere, so these other things won't do anything for you, but contacts, groups, and events are what we're going to be using a lot of. All right, so I'm going to pull back up the PowerPoint. Any questions about registration before I move on? Seeing none. So, updating your profile. Now that you have a profile, again, this is what that homepage landing screen is going to look like with that side toolbar we just talked about. But in order to update your profile, what you're going to want to do is click on, right under your initials up there, it says View My Profile. And that will bring you to this page. This is your individual profile. And it will start with only having the information that you've registered so far, so your phone number and your email address. In order to add any additional contact information, if you want to, or to make other changes, you're going to go to this Actions button here and click that. That's going to give you this drop-down menu, if you can see, up in the corner. I know it's hard to see. Click Actions, the drop-down menu, click Edit Profile. Oops. And that's going to bring you up to another pop-up menu. This is all using it on the computer, right, not on the phone. So in this pop-up menu, and this PowerPoint, I can make it available to anybody who wants if it's hard to see on the screen. I have it as a PDF and a PowerPoint, so come talk to me if you'd like me to send it to you directly so you can have this walkthrough. But it's going to pop up this new menu, and initially it's going to be on the Info tab. If you see right here, it says Info. And here you can choose to put in your birth date, and you can put in your marital status. But we're going to go to click on the next tab over, which is Contact. And this is where you can choose to add any backup email addresses or backup phone numbers if you want. If it is a spouse couple that's sharing a profile, you could add your spouse's contact information as well. Down here, you'll see there's an option for opt-in for text messages. So if you don't want to receive text messages from this platform, the way you can get out of that is either just unclick this or tell me and I will opt it out for you. But the messages you've seen coming from, Loring has sent out some for ushers as well as for the course that we had after the ladies' brunch this weekend. That all came through this platform. So you can also add your mailing address, and then just keep scrolling down through this pop-up menu, and when you're done inputting things, you can click Save. This does have the capacity, if you want, to add like your Facebook page if you are on Facebook. At this point, nobody's using that in our platform, and it's not something that we're pushing for, but it's there if you're interested. So click Save. And now your profile with contact information has been updated. So So if you want to add a profile picture, which I strongly encourage everyone to do because that was a big part of why we wanted to do this, right? We wanted to have a pictorial members directory so that you can easily find who you're looking for. Just, hey, I talked to this person, but I don't know their last name. Now we can find them by face. So the way you're going to do that is click Update Image. And then it's going to pop up a menu where you can search for an image file that's on your computer. So wherever you saved it, if it's on your desktop or in another folder, locate the image that you want and click Open. And depending on what file size you have, what the shape of the image that you have picked is, it may crop it automatically for you. So that's what it's doing here. It's just saying, hey, this is the original, it doesn't fit, and so we're changing it to this. And if you're okay with that, just click Done. And now you have a profile picture. And everybody who's using the platform, who's been granted access to our system, can see your image. Okay?
Will that image automatically transfer to your app?
It will. Yep. It's your profile picture that goes with your profile, whether you're accessing it on the computer or accessing it on a phone. Okay? Any questions about updating your profile?
If you have a profile picture in another app, and you put in a profile picture in one church that is a different picture, does that change the picture in the other app? Is that what
You mean like Facebook? No, I think, so going back here, I think you can, if you want to somehow try to link, let people know how to find you on Facebook, because another church member can only see what's in the one church software directory. So if for some reason you wanted people within the church to know, hey, this is how you can find me on Facebook too, you can put that information here, but the two profiles are separate. They're not, updating one won't update the other. Yep. So again, we're going to attempt to do a walkthrough. Although I need to add something here.
Are the profiles on here, Justin, what will ultimately be used to update the directory?
This is essentially our living directory now. And I apparently did not transfer over the photo I wanted. I'll try and do that later on. That's a good question. I'm going to add that to our list of questions. I think there's a way to do it. So the question is, can we do a printable directory from this platform? There's a way to do it because you can export the data from the platform to Excel or to another software, and then we could use that to populate a printed directory. But that's probably a little ways down the line.
Some people don't have
Right.
access.
Yep. And I think that's the hope eventually. What we may need to do to make that useful for everybody who doesn't update their own profile with a photo is we would want to get their permission to take a photo of them and upload it on their behalf, so that then we can do that. So that's a project for down the road, but it's a good idea. Any other questions about the updating the profile? Okay, so how to search the directory if you want to find somebody in particular. So there's two ways you can do it. The first way you can do it is using this box in the upper right-hand corner of the screen. It's a text box. You just begin to type in this somebody's name, first name or last name, and it will pull up everyone who has that as part of their name. So here is the example. I typed in David, and it pops up the 2 Davids that we have in our profile, in our system. And then I can just click on whichever one's profile I wanted to go see, and it will take me to their profile. And it will show whatever information is publicly displayed that that person chose to display. The default, the way we've got privacy settings set up for this at the moment, is contact information is going to be displayed. If they're married and they've set up their family, put their family members in as part of their family unit, that will be displayed. But birthdays and anniversary dates are not going to be displayed and publicly available for everyone. The deacon board can see those, and we're just wanting to keep a close hand on information. So this is looking at Pastor David's profile. So that's option 1, is just using this box up in the corner and typing in their name manually. The other way that you can find people using the directory is coming over here to, on the toolbar, it's contacts. I'll scroll that in so you can see it. Contacts in the toolbar. And if you click on that, that will take you to the full people directory, which is listed alphabetically. And it keeps 25 people per page as a default. You can expand that. Again, as you can see, right now we don't have that many folks with profile pictures. Hopefully after this presentation that will change and more folks will start adding them. But this has all of the profiles in there in this contacts directory. And if they're not on the first page, just scroll down to the bottom and you can advance to additional pages. Right now we have about 234 people in the directory, and so you might have to scroll for a while if there's a particular person you're looking for. All right, so this one we will do a demo on real quick. They are alphabetized, yes. All right, so we're going to look for Mark Raybon. Oh, we got a lot of Marks, but there's Mark's smiling face right there. So just easy, type in the search box and select the drop down that you want. Is there something unclear there, Mike? Okay. And then again, the other way is to click on contacts, but I'm going to minimize that because we're recording this and we've got names up there. All right, so any questions about how to find people on the platform using either the search bar or the contacts on the toolbar? That make sense to everybody? Okay. I think it hold on a second. Let me pull that up and see. So there's no, right now the only filters available are just by name. So it's essentially the same as putting it in by, yeah. I think that we could conceivably make it filterable by age or by other factors. This platform is really nice in that it's very, very customizable. From myself, kind of working behind the scenes, I can choose what information to make available or not and things like that. But the default is the filter is just by name. Right now, we have only a few families that have input their children's information. I think we're not going to use actual profiles for children. I think we're just going to make that as notes on the adults, the parents' profiles has the following children of the following ages. All right, groups. So this is what I'm hoping we're really going to get a lot of good use out of. So again, we're on the left-hand toolbar here. Third option down is groups. If you click on that, it's going to take you to the main groups page. So this is where all of them are listed, again, alphabetically. And you can just scroll down to the one that you want to join and click on it. So for this example, we're going to click on choir. And then that will take you to the choir group page, the landing page. Now, this is what it looks like if you aren't signed up for this group yet. All you're going to see is this info tab and whatever info has been put in by the group leaders down here to describe what this group is about. To sign up for the group, you click the sign up button. Shocking, I know. It says sign up. So it's on the right-hand side, under group sign up, there's a button that says sign up. So you click sign up, and that's going to bring up another pop-up menu here that you can see. And this is the default form. Some of the groups have more information that's requested to sign up for them, but the default form is just going to ask for your name. And if you want to put a brief message in there saying why you want to join or something like that, you can, but it's not required. So just sign up with your name and then click submit. And when you do that, you will see this pop-up menu, choir sign up success, thank you. So what that has done now is it sends a message to the admins, either for the group specifically or for any of the deacons that have greater access to the platform. And now somebody has to approve your request to join the group. So we shouldn't be having, this is twofold. It protects the number of profiles that we're using, but it also just protects the security of people joining the group. We should know who it is that has signed up for groups before giving them access and seeing discussions that are going on and calendar plans and things like that. So this is a way we can control access that way. So it'll say, success, thank you. Your request has been forwarded to the group admins for approval. And then hopefully within 24 to 48 hours, one of the admins or one of the deacons will approve the request and give you access to the group. And this is what it looks like once you have been approved and given that access. Instead of just info, which was the bare bones information about the group, now you have access to the group's calendar. You can see the other group members. If any files have been uploaded, you can access those files. And then discussions is where we can actually talk to each other among the group. So files, right now in the choir, for example, there are some audio files that have been uploaded by Art and Christina with some of the parts for singing for the songs that they're working on at the moment. The one we're going to talk about right now is discussions. So if you click on discussions, I'm actually going to do, if you click on discussions, it's going to take you to this. So if there have been any discussions that have been started by the group leaders or by a group admin, you'll see all of those discussions laid out, and they come in sort of a thread. So one person starts a message, and then anyone who replies to that discussion, the thread will be expanded. So you would see this. Now there's two ways that you can engage in these discussions if you're a member of the group. So as the group leader last night, just for a test for this, I created this discussion. I said start new discussion and initiated this conversation. And when I put this here and I clicked send, everyone who is in the choir group, whose emails are registered in the system, got an email with whatever the message is that I sent. So one person puts this here and it sends a blast email to everyone in the group. Now you can reply to that and contribute to the discussion in two ways. The first way is straight from your email, right? So this is the email that I got to this Gmail account, and I can just reply the way you normally reply to emails using whatever email platform you have. So Gmail, just click the reply button, type your reply, click send, and now what I just sent in reply also goes out to everyone in the group. So it's not just going back to the person who started the discussion, it's not just going back to the group admin, it's everyone in the group. So the homeschool co-op group is using this really well right now to communicate about upcoming events, needs, all of that. Lauren starts a discussion, and then everyone contributes, and everyone can see what has been said already. So that's one way to talk in a group, is just replying straight from your email. The other way is coming here to the discussions tab in the platform, clicking on the thread that you want to respond to, and then clicking add message right here. And it'll give you an opportunity to type in there, click enter, and it will add it to the message thread. So that also will send out a blast email to everyone in the group.
Just going to say, it looks a little weird on your email because it looks like you're personally getting a message from one person. It doesn't tell you that everybody's seeing it.
Okay.
So, just be aware of that. You're not having a conversation with one person. You're having I think it's going on
Right.
in the entire group. The other thing is when you initiate one of these, you don't get an email that it went out, but if you check with somebody and they say, yeah, I've received it. So there's nothing in your email system that says you sent it out.
Right. Yeah, so good points, Alan. I'll try to recap for the recording. So if you are the one who is sending this out initially, creating a discussion thread, that won't send an email to your own address. It'll send it out to everyone else's email address, but you won't see a confirmation that, hey, this got sent, because you're the one who initiated it. But you will get responses from anyone else who replies to it. And then the other thing that Alan pointed out is when you receive these emails, for example, when you receive these emails, it's going to look as though it's coming from the individual who created that response or created that message thread. So it doesn't say, obviously, that it's coming from One Church Software. It says, I created this using my other account, so it says message from Justin Bennett. But if you look next to it, it's notifications at One Church Software. So just to be aware of, it is sending an email directly to you, but again, if you reply to a message thread like this for a group, it's going to send it out to everyone in the group. So that thing you wanted to say about Mike, don't say it there. Yeah. Just kidding.
Yeah, you just got to kind of rewire your brain a little bit.
Yeah.
Looking at your emails and make sure you know what's going on.
Okay. Yeah.
So, other groups that I've been on, you can actually, like if you start having a big discussion, there could be a point in the middle of that discussion that you want to address that particular line rather than having to wait till the
Can
Can you do that or not?
you do a direct reply to one comment, essentially?
Right, and so that you wind up as a say if you're reading it as a thread, you have a
Right.
subsidiary response underneath that particular part.
That's a good question that I don't know the answer to, so I'm going to write that down as a question and look it up later and try and figure it out for you.
Yeah, because sometimes there's somebody asking a question that you know a specific answer to, but if you append it to the end of the conversation, nobody will know that you just answered.
Right. Yeah, so I will try and get an answer on if there's a way to reply directly to one specific comment instead of just contributing to the flow of the conversation as a whole. Any other questions about?
Can you make is there a way to drive a discussion through text versus email? Or and I guess the related question is, if I wanted to send a text out to everybody, how would I do it?
Sure. So can you do discussions through text versus email, and is there a way to send out a text to everyone? Right now, the way we have it set up, the only people who are authorized to send text messages are the deacons. So the deacons all have more or less super user access, and because it does cost us a very small amount every time we send out a text through this platform, and so only deacons currently have access to be able to use the platform to send out text messages. People can reply to a text message that they receive from the church. It won't go to that deacon's individual phone. It just goes into the the repository of text messages on the platform. So I'll give the deacons further training on how to find those and see what those replies are. Now, what we're going to talk in a little bit about the phone app. I think a lot of the hopes that we have for communicating easily using the phone is going to be addressed when they're updating their highest priority right now is they're rebuilding their phone app, and they're going to be including the chat feature that is going to make it much more functional than it currently is. So I think we're going to get an easier way for people to use their phone and get notifications on their phone instead of having to rely upon email down the road. Eileen had a question, and then Linda.
So along with the text messages, it might be useful if you can't respond to the text messages and you have no one to go to a person, you can put a no reply. Like something that's a no reply text.
Oh, to include that on the,
Include it on the text
yeah,
so that you know that there's no point trying to reply to that thing.
got it. That is a good suggestion. Thank you. Linda, do you have a question?
Who is 22,300?
I'm sorry?
Who is 22,300?
Is that somebody that's in our directory?
Says Pastor Roseland and Preston are happy to announce the birth of the baby.
That 22300 is the number that displays for messages that are being sent out from this application. Right. So one of the deacons can send out a text message, and what shows up on your phone is the number is 22300, but those are all text messages that are being generated from our One Church software.
So we're generating them from the mail train, right? This was about the mail train.
Yeah, so somebody from the deacon board sent out that text message with that link. Actually, Linda, I might have to amend that. I think those are not the ones that are coming from One Church. I think those are the ones that are coming from our old text message system, which is One Call Now. We currently have both. We're going to get away from One Call Now in the future, but I think 22300 are the messages from One Call Now.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Sorry for being unclear about that. So the number that displays for One Church software messages is, if anybody wants to write this down, it's 833-565-5727. So again, that's 833-565-5727. That appears on my phone, at least, to be what are the messages coming from One Church software.
I think Loring is probably
Loring is sending out a number of messages using this. So.
I know he sends the usher information and the Young Adult Fellowship.
Yep. And Jack sent one on Friday, October 20th, with a link about singing harmony. So that was helpful. Okay. Any other questions about groups? Great. So this one I will try one more time to do an example of. So this is the profile I just created. I've come over here and I've clicked on groups, and now I'm seeing all of the groups displayed in order here. And we'll do that one again. I'm going to say click on choir. I want to click sign up for the choir. Type in my information. Please let me join. Click submit. And I get the thank you success message. And now I'm going to make a record time going in and approving that request on my other account, my main account. So now that I have approved that, once that, oh, I'll do one more thing over here. I've approved that, and now when I'm on my landing screen, it shows up under the list of my groups. So I'm now in the choir. I can click on the group, and like I said, I can see if the choir has anything on the calendar. I can see who the members are, see the files that have been uploaded, and I can see the discussion tab, and I can respond to the discussion here. So discussion tab, if I wanted to add testing for demo, send, and now you can see from the thread that started yesterday down here that I created, all of these people have responded either from their email or through the platform, and everyone who is in the group will now also see this testing for demo message that I just added to the message thread. So the rest of the choir just saw my response as well. Okay? Any questions about groups? I mean, I don't know how to answer a subjective question like that, Mike.
Well, I just, we've had experience in the past with other forms of sending out text messages, and some individuals were upset because of the number of responses that they were getting hits on a particular thread. And you know how that can happen. Just look at the example of the deacons.
Sure.
I mean, there's just no end to the stuff that gets put out on that thing. And so, in this particular instance, and this had to do with the Good News Club at Preston Veterans School, or not Preston, but Norwich Veterans School. And so 2 or 3 of the individuals that were in that thread just blocked the whole thing. They said, it's getting too much stuff. There's too much stuff that I don't need to know.
Sure. So I think if that becomes a concern within particular groups, individuals should talk to the group admin, and we can see about tightening up or handling on a personal basis or tightening up how who can respond at certain times or things like that. I think there's a lot of flexibility with control in this platform, but hopefully it won't be abused to the point that people are getting too frustrated by it. And like I said, eventually I think when they update their phone application, that will be the primary way that people are using it, and people can choose whether or not they want to have phone notifications, etc. All right, so that's groups. All right, so events, as far as things that are on the calendar, like the upcoming adult Christmas party. So obviously, we've been using this platform now to send out the weekly bulletin for a while, and hopefully that's helpful. The links that are on the bulletin for particular events, the easiest way to sign up for an event is just to click on that link. So if you click on this link for the PCBC Adult Christmas Party, it will take you straight to the public-facing page of this event. So there's both a public-facing page as well as an internal page. This is so if you wanted to invite a friend to the event, but they're not actually in our system, we can send them this link, and they can still sign up for this event to say that they're coming if you've invited somebody without having to separately have their own account within the system. But you can also just use this link and sign up just by the fact that you are a member and have an account. If you click register, it will pop up a new sign-up sheet. So this one for Adult Christmas Party asks how many guests are attending, name, contact information, number of adults, is anyone gluten-free, Further down, it asks about, are you bringing something to share, and do you want to participate in the Yankee swap, as well as, are you willing to volunteer for setup, teardown, etc. So this is all available in this sign-up form for the adult Christmas party. And when you have finished filling out the form, just click Submit, and that goes into the system that you've signed up for that event, as well as anything that you put in there about wanting to help with volunteering, etc. So,
It's not smart enough to know that you've already signed up.
okay, so you could sign up multiple times.
Click on it, it would populate your information, but it doesn't. So I don't know, it might, I didn't keep trying, but it might keep adding people.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I'm still figuring out the best way to deal with it. Right now, what Alan's talking about is if you use this public-facing registration page to sign up for something, like a group or an event, it creates an extra profile for you for just that particular sign up. And so the way I've been solving that is on the back end, when I see somebody has signed up for something and it created an extra profile, is I just merge the profiles together. And that way, if you signed up for the choir and it created an extra profile for you, I merge it, and now your main profile is signed up for the choir. So it's not may not be a perfect system. I don't think there's a perfect system that is available for this price point that's very reasonable. So, we're doing it has a lot to offer, and I think it's worth what we're investing in it.
Well, how big a burden is that for you, the current way you're doing it?
It's manageable. Yeah.
On the other end, if you're the person who's organizing it, you get a list with duplicates, you're going to say, well, that file Alex knows.
Right. Yeah. I go through once a week or so and just scan for duplicates. When I see there's a group sign up, I immediately know I need to merge it, so I do it right then. But I also will just check through periodically to see if I missed anything. All right. So that's the easiest way to sign up for events, is just use the link from the bulletin. Other way you can sign up for events is, again, on this left-hand toolbar, click on Events. Oh. Why is it not working? And when you click on Events, it will take you to the calendar. So this is the calendar that is only populated by things that we have manually put in here right now. Our old calendar that we're hoping to eventually migrate away from is still hosted on Google. We want to eventually move everything from the Google Calendar over to this platform, but right now there's sort of limited number of events that are on here. But all of the Christmas stuff, so adult Christmas party, cookie tray packing, kids Christmas party, all of that stuff is here. So you just go to the calendar, and then you can click on any individual event, and it will take you to that event page. And this is the internal way of looking at this event. So, this one, if you see over here, I'm still signed in, still has my profile, Justin Bennett, but I'm seeing this page, and if I click sign up over here on the right-hand side, it'll pop up the same registration form, but it'll have some of my information pre-populated because it's my account that's signing up for it. So the easiest way to do it, if you have an account and you're not using just the link from the bulletin, you can just be logged in and sign up for an event. The nice thing about from this perspective, if you're looking at it from within the platform, is you can also see the number of people who have also signed up for that event, who said what profile said they were going, and the total number of guests that are coming so far. So, questions about events before I talk quickly about the phone app?
And if you looked at that list that's attending already, and you weren't sure, and that you had already signed up, your name would be there, right? And so you would not have to sign up twice.
Correct. Yep. All right. So that was all looking at it from the desktop or the browser on your computer. I'm going to do a really fast tour of the phone app at the moment. This is what the app looks like if you're searching for it on the Apple App Store. So it's My One Church app, and that's the graphic. Again, that's in the weekly bulletin, so if you're having trouble finding it, I'm not sure what it looks like on the Google Play Store. I'll try to find that, but I assume it's the same graphic and similar title. So My One Church app, download it. And then when you first log into the app, this is what you're going to see. So search for a church by name or by zip code, or you can just use your current location if you have that enabled. And then scroll down here and click search. So for us, if you typed in Preston City Bible Church and our zip code, 06365, it pulls up the only 2 churches near our zip code, and you just click on Preston City Bible Church. And now you're at our church's page on the app. You're still not signed in if you have an account. This is just what the app looks like by default if you go to our church's page. So to log in and to get into your own account, you got to click these, press these 3 parallel lines in the top left corner. And that will pop up this side menu where you can use the sign in button up here to use your same username and password information to log into your profile. So, no, sermons is one of the things that they offer support for, but we're not using that yet. So our church sermons are not hosted on this platform yet. Those are still available on the website and on Sermon Audio, but we don't have them hosted on this platform yet. So use your login information, press login, and it'll take you back to this page, but you are actually logged in. And further on here, if you were to click those 3 parallel lines on the side, again, it shows you your profile picture. You are signed in. But from this page, the useful things on here, you can press events, and it'll bring you up the list of upcoming events that are listed on the calendar. Again, you could click on these and use the phone app to register for individual events if you want to. If you go down here and click on groups, it will take you to a list, first of all, of your own groups that you're already signed up for. But again, you can also click browse groups if you want to join any additional groups. And the people directory is also available on the phone app. So again, if you press those 3 parallel lines in the top left corner and then press people, it will take you to the people directory. And again, you can scroll through. You'll see profile pictures if people have uploaded them.
Where did you find that?
So if you press those 3 parallel lines up in the top left corner, if you're logged in, then you can press people, and it will take you to the directory.
So somebody just put these people in the directory.
I did.
All 200 something.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, so I used our old directory to at least initially populate this one so that we could start using it to send out the weekly bulletins. But this does not yet have all the information that our old directory had in terms of addresses, birthdays, anniversary dates, etc. So I really hope that as people start using it more, they'll upload that information themselves so we can use it that way. Because otherwise it's Mike and I that are going to be inputting it. Right, Mike? That's what I thought. So that's all I wanted to do, just a quick tutorial, very basic of how to log in, how to sign up for groups, how to sign up for events, how to find people. Again, this software has a lot of functionality, a lot of which we're not using yet and we may never use. But in terms of just being able to have a directory that you can search by name and hopefully have pictures associated with that, that's one of the great first steps, as well as I think the groups that are using this to communicate, like the homeschool co-op group, the ushers group, I think so far they've been finding it very helpful as a easy means of communication. So happy to answer any more questions right now, or at least take down questions and find answers for them later. Okay. So this presentation, which has all the step-by-steps and all the arrows, I can give that to anybody who wants it. I can try to make printed copies and bring them with me next week, because I know sometimes it's going to be easier to sit down with something in hard copy and go through it on your computer at home.
You could post it on the app on one church, but you have to know how to get into one church first.
There's that, yeah.
Is that too big to email? How big is the PowerPoint?
The PowerPoint is about 15 megabytes, so it's pretty big, but the PDF version is only about 4 megabytes. So yeah, I can send the PDF version to anybody who wants it, and that should be pretty easy to scroll through as well. So
Are you on Dropbox?
yes, I have a Dropbox account. I can upload it to.
Put it in the, would you put that in the pulpit supply folder on there?
Yep.
And I'll grab it out of there. Thank you.
Any other questions or things you want me to look into?
I'll take a PDF file.
Sure. Well, thank you all for coming, and hopefully this is helpful. Thank you, Joel.